Hi, I'm Joy Kelly, and this is my cooking show, Cook with Joy. We're in season 4 already, and I hope that this show is becoming your favorite cooking show.
It's always been my favorite cooking show.
My favorite cooking show, too, and part of the fun of it, Derek, is cooking with you. It's so great.
My favorite part is the eating.
The eating part, yes. Our show is a little bit of education and a little bit of entertainment, and we hope that you combine these two and get some edutainment. We do, however, take our health concerns pretty seriously, and we hope you do too, because you can do it in such a fun way. Now, in almost every season, we have done some breakfast dish that is either super delicious and a great switch up from what you've been doing, or it's something that actually you want to start your day right with. And this season, we are going to get hardcore, and we are going to make a dish that I have been using since my little girl was a little baby, so over 28, 29 years. Muesli is a term that just means mixed grains and fruit. That's really all it means. It was first introduced in the 1900s by a Swiss physician who had traveled through the Alps, and he stumbled upon this dish. And back then, he just called it this Swiss word that meant the dish because he was so enamored of the health benefits. What I love about the dish is that you can take all of these grains and nuts and seeds and berries and fruits, and you can mix them together and start your day off right. And it's kind of like that old saying, you know, if you start the day off right with a green drink, a frog in a blender, nothing more can really happen to you. That would be worse than that, right? Well, nothing can get in your way if you arm yourself with this breakfast.
How many different things do you have there?
Wow. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different things. Imagine starting your day this way with, these things are all packed with nutrients. Like there's no fluff in here. There's nothing like when I show you how to make some things that are just substitutes for cream cheese or something like that. This is all stuff that is going to benefit you. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is show you how it looks when it's done. Now yours might be a little bit different depending on what you choose to put in it. I like to see as many colors and as many different grains, nuts, and seeds as I possibly can get in this dish. You could mix it in a big mixing bowl like this. I like to use the ultimate thing that I'm going to store it in, which is a Tupperware cake taker, no lie. This great big thing is perfect for mixing it. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but it's perfect for mixing it and it's perfect for storing it. What we're going to start with first are oats, and we're going to take 4 pounds of rolled oats. And you can get gluten-free oats at most stores. So we're just going to add the oats first.
Looks like you're measuring it precisely as usual.
I'm measuring it precisely as usual, but I did measure this at the store. There's 4 pounds. Now you're looking at these plastic bags and you're thinking, oh, Joy, that's so wasteful.
That's what I was thinking.
You were, I know you were, but it is not. Do you know why?
Because you're going to reuse it.
I store the bag with the little tag on it that has the number of the bin that I got it out of the bulk food with, and I keep them all together.
You're a Boy Scout, weren't you?
I was. Well, actually a Girl Scout. I was a campfire girl, not even a Girl Scout, a campfire girl. I keep these all in a baggie, so when I go to the store, they're all right here. They've got the little tags on them. It's perfect, and I don't have to use new plastic. Isn't that genius?
That's brilliant. That's the reason to watch the show right there.
Right here, right here. So, got the oats in here. Now we're going to add a variety of things. The recipe that I use came from John Bastyr Naturopathic College up in the Pacific Northwest, and it calls for a very precise 4 pounds of oats, 2 pounds of oat bran, which is right here. I'm going to add that right here. And then it also calls for, everything that I add right now is what that recipe calls for. Calls for soy lecithin, which is a great fat emulsifier, really good for your liver. The oat bran and the oats are fantastic for cholesterol, for heart health, you name it. The fiber is awesome for you. It also calls for currants. For almonds, raw almonds, they can be slivered, sliced, whole, and you can chop them up. It doesn't matter, but start with whole raw almonds. Pumpkin seeds. Sunflower seeds. Now the recipe calls for pumpkin or sunflower, but I figure why not both?
Let's do both.
Why not both? Then it doesn't call for chia seeds, which you can see in the front, but I use chia seeds because they're really full of protein, and it's just one more, right? I also am going to put a little bit of this brewer's yeast in it because I want the extra B vitamins, and then I happen to have a mixture of some different seeds in my freezer, so I'm going to use those. Now, I'm going to add all of this stuff, but the recipe also calls for ground flaxseed. and I'm going to grind that up. And the reason I'm going to grind it up is because the oil gets released when you grind it. So I don't want to do it too far ahead of time because it's going to get rancid. But if I do it right as I'm adding it to the muesli, it's going to really give me the benefit, and my body can process it better.
Are you going to use the food processor for that?
Not for that. Nope. I'm going to use a coffee grinder. My coffee grinder is really a grain grinder. You can put in whole flax seeds, and just like fruits and vegetables, wider range is better. Here are some yellow flax seeds that I'm going to add as well. They're golden flax seeds. And you can add some that are ground up and some that aren't. They're going to do different things for your body. So I'm going to add everything. It's, I've already measured all of this out. It's about a pound of currants. Derek knows how I'm not very precise, about a pound of almonds. A pound-ish, yes, pound-ish. About a pound of pumpkin and sunflower seeds, the two mixed together. And the chia seeds and the brewer's yeast, I'm just taking what I had in my refrigerator. I'm not being very precise about it or measuring it. I just figure more is better, right?
More is better.
More is better. Okay, the last magic ingredient to all of this is milk thistle seed. And this is an option. Some people think about milk thistle coming in a supplement form, but it's a seed. And if you can get the whole seed and grind it up and get it fresh, what do you think?
Sounds good.
It's better for you. It's not good, actually, because it kind of tastes woody. So you want to make sure you get it really ground up and not put too much in. Now, if you are somebody who's having an immune system problem, you want to probably put in more than the person who doesn't. You can use it prophylactically, which means that you're using it to protect yourself. You'd use about 1/4 pound to 1/2 pound. If you're someone who's struggling with an immune disorder, you might want to go up to 3/4 or even a pound. You can order this online, and the price really varies. My local health food store orders this for me, and I get it in bulk for about $8 a pound, which is a really good price. I've seen it as high as $25 to $30 a pound, but make sure that you use a grinder to get it really, really, really ground up. So we're going to do that now.
What makes it so expensive? Is it kind of rare?
Yeah, and well, can you imagine? First of all, I don't even know what milk thistle really is. I've never really seen it. And can you imagine that they're going in and harvesting the little seeds out of it? So I just, I don't know. The harder something is to harvest, the more expensive it becomes. So you can see after I have everything together, I'm just going to mix it up with my hands because I can really, really, really get into the crevices. Could use a spoon, but my hands are clean, and I'm the one that's going to be eating it. So you can see all the variety of grains and seeds, and you can just imagine what this is going to be like for you. The traditional recipe called for it to be soaked overnight. I just soak it for a 1/2 hour. And if you don't know that about grains, grains can just be soaked for a 1/2 hour before you're going to eat them, things like oatmeal. You don't have to even cook them. And in fact, if you don't cook them, it keeps the enzymatic activity alive. So mixing that all up, see how it looks just like what I showed you in the beginning?
Looks amazing.
And then I'm going to soak about a 1/2 cup is a really good amount to soak. I've soaked this just for about an hour. You can soak it sometimes I do soak it overnight, like maybe I've made it and I didn't get around to eating it. So that's how it looks when it's done. The original recipe calls for you to add lemon juice and thick cream, which I think would be terrible and it wouldn't fit on Cook with Joy. The lemon part would be okay, so you might want to experiment with that. I use coconut milk, and then I also use the powder that my company makes. It has a lot of other things in it. This breakfast, when I take that mix with this and then add some berries and maybe an apple, I mean, oh my gosh, if I don't eat anything else that's good for me the whole day, I feel like I am super powered, that I can do anything.
So there's no cooking? No
cooking at all, no cooking, just storing. You want to make sure that you store this in something that's tight. So this is it's a very air-sealed top. Thank you, Tupperware. And then I'm just going to store it in a dark place, and this will last. Actually, it lasts for a really long time. I share it with a lot of my friends because it's a great gift. When I used to have my health club, I recommended that my students would make this, and they never would. So I actually sold it at the club, mixed it up, and sold it in little jars. So it makes a great, great, great Christmas present or a birthday present or a Hanukkah present, you name it. But the bottom line is eating this every day, it could really change your guts. And if you change your guts, you can change your life. I recommend that if you are going to take on eating muesli regularly, that you give it about 2 months to let your intestines kind of adjust to all this fiber, all this bulk. It's really, 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 it might might be a shock to your system for the first couple of weeks, but I promise you that your vibrancy, your radiance, your health, the way you feel, the way you perform as an athlete is really going to change if you take on adding muesli to your diet every morning.
I need more radiancy.
You need more radiancy, yes. Derek, this would be great for you in all your triathlons. B vitamins are a really hard thing for a lot of athletes to get, and all of these grains are super high in B vitamins. I think you'd really like this. One more thing I just want to say about this is that you can substitute this muesli mix for, say you're making some oatmeal cookies or something that calls for oats or grains. Substitute the muesli mix, and now you're getting this really high-powered energy bar. Maybe you're going to take it out on a run or give it to your kids in their lunchbox. It's so awesome. It's like a magic food.
I can't wait to try some magic food.
You know, I think all the food that we make on Cook with Joy is really magic, and I can't wait to see what we're going to make for next week, Derek.